For those who don't know me, my name is Richard Griffith. I just want to give back to Jared as well too. He did an amazing job on events and customer acquisition. Next rising star in ACN as well too. So for those who don't know me, my name is Richard Griffith. I came from a background of insurance. I did home and auto insurance for about 16 years. I did very well in that, but the one thing I noticed, I was spending more time with my coworkers than I spent time with my family. Anyone ever experienced that? Yes. Right? And the thing is, I didn't want to go through life like that. My son, who's 9 years old, he's in competitive soccer, and also he's in school, and I was missing a lot of time with him. And I wanted to change that around. Right? I have my older daughter as well, too. She's 23 now. Just graduated university with honors, so I'm a proud dad. So I'm very happy about that. Thank you. And I think for a lot of us, family is very important. So luckily, ACN fell into my lap, took a look at it. It made sense. Getting paid on bills you have to pay every single month. I jumped on board. I followed the system that you're getting trained on today. Fast forward today, my life is completely different. I get to spend more time with my son. I walked away from my job 2 years ago, and I've been doing this since. And what I get to do now, I get to be at every single one of my son's games. I don't miss any of them. I told him that I'll be there every single time, and he appreciates that. Any parents in here? Right? Abdel, was your hand? Thank you. He had a brand new baby. It's brand new to him, guys. So he was like, thank you, sir. So, so as a parent, one thing that we can't get back is time. And time goes really fast. And that's why it's really important that we get to spend the time with them while they're young so they can remember those memories. So today I'm going to talk about comparing ACN to work. This is something that I went through that I want to show you exactly how you can experience the same thing if you desire. So one of the things too, we're going to have a call to action in the beginning, not the end, beginning. First of all, have a pen and piece of paper. If you don't have one, take out your phone. It has notes. You can take notes in it. But it's very important to take notes because what happens, if you don't, you're going to forget majority of the stuff that you learned from today. The next part of it is you want to take put bullet points and make rules for yourself. So rules are stuff that you want to follow. Don't just make sure that you have something to follow that you can move forward with and not just do it just because. And the last one here, I want you to follow these rules and make consequences if you don't follow them. So if you have a goal you want to reach, you want to be a 200 customer point gatherer, those are stuff that you want to set and make sure you get through those every single time. And if you don't get it, what is the consequence? Are you going to call less TV time, less listening to music on the radio, right? Start doing the more things that be more active for yourself. So number one, you are willingly invest resources and effort for a chance reward. When you go to a job, what happens? For guys, you get a nice fancy suit. Lady, you get your outfit, you get your heels, your bags, and you go to an interview. You go to an interview to sell yourself to that business so that you can get hired there. And if you are a qualified candidate, they'll hire you and you can go through trainings and emotions to get in the business. Then you have a boss that tells you what to do, and then they're going to show you the stuff that's required to do the job, but they're not going to show you what's required to take their position. When with ACN now, do you realize that ACN comes to you and present their business model to you to show you how you could better yourself? Do you see the big difference there? Right? So ACN presents the opportunity to you. You don't have a boss when you have an ACN. You have a mentor and a coach who are going to show you how to be successful. My goal is to help people become regional vice president. I'm not trying to hide that away from anyone because the better that we make people are on our team, it also helps us to move forward as well too. So you have people in ACN who want to pour themselves into you to make sure you're successful in this business. And so far, from what I've seen for this, ACN was winning so far for me. Hopefully it's winning for you as well too. The next one here, at your job, training is required and expected. Who's gone to a job for the first time and it went through training? I should see every hand in here. Do you ever go to that job and you tell them, no, it's okay, I don't need your training, I'll be fine. Right? If you did that, what do you think is going to happen? Fired. You get fired instantly. They're like, you know what, you're not meant for this job. I'll move forward. Now with ACN, there's training that's required. Now, I just want everyone right now to give themselves a round of applause to be here on a Saturday morning learning this training. Big round of applause for all of you. Awesome. Because there are a lot of people who didn't make it out today, and they're missing this great training that is going to help them to propel their business. So ACN requires training, but that training is going to help you to become a leader in this business, become a 200-point customer point gatherer, help become a brand new regional coordinator, brand new regional director, brand new regional vice president. So the training that's required to get those is what you're going to go through, And that's what you need to attend every single time. And don't ever stop from learning. That's the one thing I learned for myself. If you start from learning, you start from growing. So you always want to keep on learning. So reason number 3, deviance from the system is not tolerated. So again, that kind of goes into training as well too. If they train you and they tell you what to do and you don't follow it, guess what? You can get fired again. If you bought a McDonald's franchise, anyone ever heard about McDonald's school you have to go to? If you go to their school and you deviate from their training, what's going to happen? They're going to have consequences to it. You might not be able to run that McDonald's no more, so you have to follow that system. ACN has a 32-year-old track record. Do you think that they have something in place to show you how to be successful? Of course they do. So why add a different spin to it? Why try to recreate the wheel to make it more difficult for himself? People ask me this question. So Richard, what's the most difficult part of ACN? And I tell them it's you listening, right? ACN has everything in place. You just have to follow the exact words that we tell you to do and the exact actions we tell you to do and to make you successful. Do you realize that if we give you wrong information, it damages our business as well too? So why would a person that's investing in you give you the wrong information? Listen to them. They want to see you be successful and see you grow. Now the next one is here, as you can see, is you go even when you don't feel like it. Anyone has ever gone to work when they don't feel like it? Yeah. Right, we all have. We force ourselves, especially when it's minus 30 outside. Force yourself to get up, you gotta brush your teeth, take a shower, drive through the snow, right, to get to work, and then you're there. But you still go there anyways. Well, guess what? In ACN, you're gonna have some days you don't wanna make phone calls. You're gonna have some days you don't wanna do trainings. You have some days you don't wanna do presentations. But guess what? You have a goal in mind. You wanna accomplish that goal. You're gonna do things that you don't really wanna do that day, but by you going there and making it happen, it's gonna create results. I'll give a quick little story here. Does anyone know where Kavanaugh is? Kavanaugh? It's far. It's out of Edmonton, like an hour-and-a-half drive. Oh. I had to drive to Kavanaugh one day, and I had a business partner said she had 20 people come to that meeting. And guess what? 19 of them canceled. But I was like, I don't really want to drive that far to Kavanaugh for one person. But you know what? I did it anyways, because I'm a leader. I had to show my business partner an example of me being a leader and showing up for them no matter what. That one business partner that joined that business brought in over 1,000 customer points in my organization. Now, do you think if I didn't feel like doing it, I didn't show up, guess what would have happened? That never would have happened. I would have missed that opportunity. So the days that you don't want to do it, that's the days that you really need to do it. Now, the next one, reason number 5, your job gives you goals and objectives that you are required to meet. Doesn't your supervisor come to you each year, each quarter and say, hey, what's your goals for the organization? Guess what? That organization has goals too, but they make smaller goals for you to help the organization be profitable. So you can't go to a job and not have that to fill out. My job that I had before made me do that every single year. I didn't like it, right? Because I realized that I had to fill out information, but what I realized what that did is that helped me to more plan for what I need to do to be successful. So what I did when I started ACN, I took that same mentality and I created goals for myself. I had points goals, I have rank goals, I have monetary goals that I want to hit every single month. And I make sure I stick to those goals and push for them, because if you don't, nobody else will. This is a volunteer business, folks. We're here to help people. We're here to show people exactly what can be accomplished. And by you taking the time and showing that person, hey, I want to help you become the next leader in this business, it's going to help them be more profitable. And by putting a smile on that person's face, that goes a long way as well too. So make sure you have your goals in place and you set them every single month. Set goals for yourself every week, every month, and every couple months as well to each year. ACN already has a 5-year game plan. The co-founders actually spoke to us and said, listen, we want ACN to be around for the next 20 to 30 years. Does anyone want ACN to be around that long? We all do. Yeah. So if our co-founders are taking the time to put a vision for the company for the next 10 to 20 years, why not put a vision for yourselves as well too? If you want to be regional director, what's the date you have set? Well, if you want to be the next regional vice president and qualify for the trip, like Jared just said, Costa Rica, what's your next date for regional vice president? Make those goals. If you haven't, contact your sponsor and say, hey, what do I need to do to hit these goals so I can hit my qualify for my targets as well. So number 6, you do not expect and will not tolerate anyone challenging your job. If you have a job and you're proud of what you do, if someone talks bad about it, what do? You defend it, right? You defend it with everything you have. Now, if you have your ACN business, are you going to let people disrespect your ACN business? Of course not. ACN is so valuable. It helps tens and thousands of people to be successful with this. So defend ACN as well too. When that customer calls and say they have a problem, do you say, well, that's ACN's fault, or ACN can fix that? Or are you going to say, this is what I'm going to fix? I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be done. I've had times where a customer call and they try to blame Zoom. But when I dig deep inside of it, I explain to them, hey, it's not Zoom's problem. It's not their problem. It wasn't the problem that happened. I told them exactly what happened, and I defended the company that I represent. I didn't just take the blame for it. I just didn't tell them about the blame. And that's what we need to do. You need to take ownership of this is your business. You don't say ACN. You say my business. Today, I told people I'm hosting an in-person presentation. You all can say the exact same thing. This is a live event. We only do this every couple months. We need to fill up this room with people, let more people be aware of this. So take ownership of this ACN business that belongs to you. You all paid $2.99 to start an online business to share with people. So next time you invite someone as well to say, listen, today I'm co-hosting an event. You need to come listen for an opportunity to help you change around your situation for yourself and your family. And people will believe in what you're doing and come take a look as well too. So number 7, there's no expectation of instant results. When you start your job, do you think your manager, your boss expects you to be successful the next day? No, it takes time to build to get there. So what do you expect at ACN? Some people join ACN and expect results the next day or the next week. It's going to take time to build a business. Like you heard some great tips from the new regional coordinator and regional director. They give you some great tips on how to acquire customers. All you got to do is follow those steps. You can get quick results if you choose, but if you don't get quick results, that's okay. Everyone's time is different. I went through the same thing myself. I went to many meetings, and I'm like, how come I'm not regional vice president yet? How come I haven't got there? And I compared myself to other people. But it's not a race, folks. Each one of us have different destinations and different times to get places. Like you heard Lynn said, never, ever give up on your goal. So even if it takes you a little bit longer, that's fine. Do you know there's a senior vice president in ACN? It took him 20 years before he got senior vice president. But do you think he gave up? No, he didn't. So even if it takes you longer, it doesn't really matter, because during that journey, you can start making money, start making bonuses. You have a team and people who become family to you because of the same kind of mentality that you think about and growing together. Now, number 8 here, you will put yourself completely out of balance for work. Who's been in these situations before? Right, holding your head, stressed out, don't know what's going to happen, where things are going to go, or maybe fell asleep at work. That's happened to me before. I'm so tired, fell asleep. And this one here as well too is you're asking for help. Right, it happens. At ACN, you're not going to have a balance either. When you're pushing forward and building your team, you're going to be going from meeting to meeting to meeting. But that's okay. That means that your business is growing. There's nothing more fun than actually have a team that you're talking to, people that are growing, and your business is just growing and growing and growing. You have new business partners, new customers. You don't know where the new customers are coming from. You don't know where the new business partners are coming from. Who would like a business like that? They have this constant motion in your business. And again, that's from just going there and doing this stuff every single day and repeating it day in and day out. Now I'm going to play this video here. So I want you to watch the video, and I'm going to ask you a question right after.
It's unbelievable to see, isn't it? Babies, even when they're very young, are very, very good at watching the eyes and the emotional expression of their caregivers. And so if something new or weird or different occurs, the child will often check in with their caregiver's face to go, is this something I need to worry about or not? And in that split second, if the caregiver shows fear, the child will often react with fear as well.
I wonder how the parents feel watching this.
This is set up to be very safe. These are trained snakes that are used to being with humans.
They're non-venomous.
They're non-venomous.
Sorry.
So once you learn to feel them,
That's it.
it's an awful feeling.
But we start out like this.
So we start out like this. And just start off, she doesn't know there's anything to worry about.
That's the reaction I was looking for. So what was the big difference between the babies and the parents?
They didn't know any different.
Fear, limited beliefs, stuff that grew within them as they got older. As babies, we don't have any limitations. We're free and open up to everything. Like normally, like I saw some reactions here, people are like, ugh, they couldn't touch it, but a kid's like, I'm about to bite it. So the thing is, we need to get back to that part where we have nothing holding us back. We have to start thinking that way. And the way how that comes is from you doing a lot of personal development, reading a lot of books, listening to a lot of audio, so that you can actually become the person who you're truly meant to be. Unfortunately, society has put so much on us that we kind of take a lot of steps away from ourselves, but we need to change it around. So by you showing up to these events, showing up to training, listening to your mentor and coach, do the daily things that are needed to happen in your business, you can get to wherever you want to get to. And this last slide here is that you didn't come this far to only come this far. You have so much more within you to accomplish your goals and your dreams. So today I want you to take this information you learned today, apply it to what you need to do. No matter what goal you have, you can accomplish it.